We're going to start off with a clip of Kari Lake at the beginning of this story and then discuss what all of this is likely for, what the election lies after she lost her election and her pretending that she could still become a governor before the end of Katie Hobbs's term and all these different things. What's the purpose? Why is she doing all of this? We might have an answer, but first, here is yet another example of these lies.
We cannot have the election stand. The judge should declare me the rightful winner. I am the rightful winner. And we should move on and reclaim our government, our state government. It's been hijacked and stolen by a bunch of people who know this election was fraudulent. The cartels are running our state. We cannot have the...
So saying that the judge should make her governor, declare her the winner of the election, even though she lost the election, she has to know, right, that that's not going to happen. Why is she doing all of this? Well, a fascinating piece came out of the Arizona Mirror titled "Election Denial is Lucrative." Kari Lake raised $2.5 million after Election Day. Donors wanted to help her overturn the election, but less than 10% of Lake's post-election spending went to lawyers. The day that Katie Hobbs was declared the winner of the governor's race, cash poured into Kari Lake's campaign as people from across the country heeded her call to fight back against an election system she said was BS. And then we will skip forward to this sentence here. All told, the former television news anchor turned MAGA star raised $2,515,169 after the election. Following the election, Lake's campaign spent $3 million, and while she was telling her supporters that the money was needed to contest the election and ensure she was installed as the rightful governor of Arizona, that didn't happen. And we'll continue here in a second with the specifics, but this reminds me so much of the Trump 2020 loss and what he did right after it. Oh, I need you to donate money so that I can challenge the election results and keep myself in the White House. And then you looked at where the money was going and it wasn't being spent on election challenges. Trump was, in his case, in large part, keeping it, accumulating it, saving it up likely for another run. And so Kari Lake doing a very, very similar thing here. Now let's talk about where this money was going. More than half of the $3 million in post-election spending went to TAG Strategies, a Virginia-based marketing and communications firm that received payments nearly every day. It's unclear what most of that $1.52 million in expenses was for, as the Lake campaign categorized the vast majority of those payments as administration, other, in its finance reports. In all, Lake paid TAG Services more than $4.8 million, nearly one in every $3 her campaign spent. And then it goes on to describe how money was also spent on Ubers and airfare and resorts, both before and after the election. But why $1.52 million was paid to TAG Services after the election, especially when those payments before the election were being described as telemarketing and auto dialers? Why that would be necessary after, I genuinely don't understand and would need more answers to really dive into that thoroughly. But generally what I'm seeing develop here really is the Kari Lake version of what Trump did in 2020. And I think she is eyeing a run for Senate and sees the way that she can motivate and get money from and energy from the MAGA base using the election denying tool. She sees that as her way to be launched into a Senate run, because she thinks she has to stay relevant, and the way that she can do that in the MAGA base is to deny the election. Imagine if she just moved along, conceded her election, was respectful of our democratic process. Would she be able to raise right after that $2.5 million from MAGA? Of course not. It's because she's denying the election. It's because she's just openly damaging our democracy that she's able to get all that support. And so for her, if it is indeed, this is just speculation, a Senate run she's looking at next, like Trump was looking at 2024 presidential run there next, then that could be the whole idea. That could be the plan here, which is so vile. And we don't know how much that's playing a role, but it definitely could be. And as the article noted, all of this is turning out to be very lucrative for Kari Lake. Let me know what you think. Luke P. Beasley on Twitter.